Have you ever wondered what life might have been? Would life be any different if you caught the train rather than missed it? Or if you were 10 minutes early to a meeting rather than 10 minutes late? Sliding Doors is a movie that presents Helen's life with both possibilities, two chances, two sliding doors. As we watch the movie, we see Helen struggling with the questions of what if, and we also see questioning herself. We see two possibilities, two chances. One scenario, she catches the train, she then gets home and catches her boyfriend cheating on her. After this follows on to her having her own public relations firm and meeting the love of her life. But one day she crosses the street and a car hits her and she dies. On the other scenario, she is late to the train, so she doesn't catch her boyfriend cheating on her. She then falls into unemployment, she loses her job, she is unhappy, but then she finds out that she's pregnant. So she decides that she's going to tell her boyfriend, and when she gets home, she finds that her boyfriend has been cheating on her. On the way down from her home, on the way down on the stairs, she falls down and she loses the baby, she has a miscarriage, so she needs to go to the hospital. And at the hospital, once she is finished, she meets the sweet James, the same guy who she has fallen in love with in the other scenario, in the lift. And at this time she is single and she is not dead, she's alive. So in this video I will be talking to you about crossroads. How can Jesus guide us when we are at a crossroad? How can he guide us with our decisions, or if we are at the crossroad of tough times and suffering? What path should we choose when we are at a crossroads? So first, what do crossroads mean? They have multiple meanings. One is it is a place where roads intersect. We get to a place where we need to choose where we're going next. And the other, it's a point at which crucial decisions are made, and these impact our lives. So for example, if you went to a barbecue where you had to choose between a burger or a sausage and you only had one choice, what would you choose? Actually, this is not a hard decision, although for some of us it might be. It is not a decision that would be a crossroad. It is not going to impact our lives, it is not life-changing, and crossroads very much are. So examples would be which university to go to, whether to move to another country, where to retire, and it also includes decisions about our faith. For example, whether to become a Christian, which is a crucial decision, whether to stay a Christian, and it is also questions of suffering when we are stopped in our track, and it makes such an impact on our lives that we have to reevaluate it, we have to rethink what are we doing. Often we try to ignore these questions and we try to go around it, but that is not possible. We have to make a decision. So what are we going to do?
Being at a crossroad can be really emotional and a confusing time. All we want is guidance. What should we do? We don't want to make the wrong decisions, we don't want to make the wrong turns. But turning to Jesus, the epicenter of our faith, who has suffered for us more than we can ever imagine, is what we need to do. He has promised that he would be with us, that he would guide us, he would walk alongside us, and that he would direct our steps and our decisions. When I was 18, I came to the UK, and I was going to go back after a year. But I applied for universities, and I said if I was going to get into my first choice, I would go back. At the same time, it didn't feel right, so I also applied for another internship in England. When I returned to Hungary, I saw that I didn't get into my first choice, but also realised that they didn't count my English points towards my final credits. So I sent an appeal letter. I didn't get a response, so I returned to the UK. Within a week, I received a letter. No, it was an email by that point, in which it said, you have got a place at your first choice, but you need to return within a week or your place will be taken. One more week and I wouldn't be in the UK today. And God has directed my steps ever since, through a lot of struggles, through so many things of job loss and suffering and trauma. He has been with me, and He is with me today. I have an 18-month-old, and one of his favourite words is why? Jesus said, bring the children to me. The kingdom of God belongs to them. When we ask questions, when we doubt, we are able to learn, we are able to grow, and we learn the basic principles of life. We develop ourselves. Doubts and questions on their own aren't a problem. Even emotions such as anger, which is classified as a negative emotion most of the time, is not a problem. We should be able to express our emotions. We should be able to express our frustrations. Relationship with God is a relationship. It's a two-way conversation. We talk and we listen. God is able to tell us what's next, and He helps us. He is with us. He responds to our questions. When we let our emotions get the better of us, when we let our frustrations turn us away from who Jesus is, when we are not able to love other people, when we are not able to show others what Jesus is all about, that is a problem. When we trust God, when we put our trust in Him, He will direct our steps. He will bring us, give us a new life with Him, and He is able to take our answers, our questions, our doubts. He is a good God, and He is with us through our struggles and difficulties as well.
For Helen from the Sliding Doors movie, her life depended on whether she got the train or not. Our life depends on whether we choose Jesus. That's the most life-changing decision that you could ever make. And if we do choose Him, He promises that we will never be alone, that He will be with us, that He will help us with making the right decisions, that He will walk alongside us, whatever we may face in the future, including suffering and hard times as well. He will always be there. We will not be alone.